Hi, everybody. Don Giannatti, lighting-essentials.com, project52prosystem.com, and my new website over at my name, dongiannetti.com. I'm going to talk a little bit about something that happens to every photographer, every creative author, designer, illustrator. Doesn't matter. If you're a creative artist for hire, you're going to have a bad portfolio showing. You're going to have one where you expected it to go well and it didn't. You're going to have one, especially when you're first starting out, by the way. This is really, really important when you're first starting out. You're going to go in with that portfolio, you're feeling all, spit shine, piss and vinegar, you're ready to go. You are all that in a bag of chips. And then the art director or creative director, designer, what have you, says, yeah, thanks for coming in. Not really interested. Man, that hurts. That can really just dig into you and hurt. And I think a lot of people go through the same emotions all the time. They start thinking, well, what's wrong with me? I was a fool to ever think I could do this. I'm a jackass with a camera. My ideas suck. I can't design worth crap. Look, I showed my stuff to this guy and he didn't like it, so that's it. I'm selling my stuff. I'm going to go out and get a car wash job because they're awesome. They're not really your cars, but you get to drive them like from the little place where they get wet. You get to drive them over to where they towel them off, and hey, sometimes there's a Bentley. No, that's not what you do. That's not what you do at all. When you start that self-doubt boogie, you're dancing around like, oh, I'm so bad. You got to remember a few things. Maybe, just maybe, you're not that bad. Maybe there were other factors. Those other factors can be important. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to put that negative comment, that negative moment, I want you to put it in a little box in your brain. We're going to come back and open it in a minute, but I want you to put it away because it will gnaw on you and chew on you like a dog with a bone. And you are better than that. You need to be better than that. You need to be more powerful than that. You're going to get a lot of negative feedback in a career of being an artist, photographer, book designer. Doesn't matter. You're going to get a lot of negative feedback. And you can't let each one of them bother you. You have to fight yourself to let them go. So here's a couple of things I want you to do. I want you to take those things, put them in a box, up in your brain, and then let's go and look and see what else we might be able to do to mitigate this a little bit. I want you to go back to the website of the agency or the designer, book company, or whatever it is that you went to for this portfolio showing. I want you to look at it really, really closely. Was your work really a good fit for them? I was a creative director for an ad agency. Well, in 2001, we were the third largest in the state, so pretty good sized ad agency. We had lots and lots of clients. We had lots and lots of people wanting to work with us, and we had lots and lots of inappropriate portfolio showings. Totally, totally inappropriate. We did medical device, medical information technology, pre-IPO, a lot of stuff in the medical field, medical technology field, and I'm getting a guy calling me up wanting to show his book, and we schedule a showing and he comes in and shows us cars or fashion or food. What were you thinking? Did you do that? Could be a problem. Was your work a good fit for them? Really? Do they do high-end work and you show them gritty and grungy? Your gritty and grungy might be awesome, but if they do high-end spit polish shine, shiny and waxy kind of stuff, it may not work, right? Was your work a good fit? The subject matter in your book fit their general subject matter. Again, are you showing them fashion when they're obviously a product company? This is more for agencies than graphic designers. Many times graphic designers have to do a wider variety. But take a look. What stylistic traits are they doing in their work that you may not be. And remember, we're not saying it's going to happen. You could certainly go, yeah, my work's a good fit, and I showed them medical tech, and they do a lot of medical tech, and that's really great. I understand. Then we have a different problem to face. But first, we got to find out how much of it was our fault. Do you recognize any of the photographers that they use? Are they using all out-of-state photographers? If you're, somewhere near LA or San Francisco, are they using all the big guns out of San Francisco and not coming to your town and, Sacramento and all that kind of stuff? Is that what's happening? Could be. And there's a lot of reasons for that. So several things could be in play. Maybe you showed them a bunch of people shots and they only are interested in technology. Maybe your style is really kind of edgy and they're not edgy. They're very buttoned down corporate. Perhaps your work was too good for them. Yeah, it happens. The book is too polished, too great. And the instant they look at your book, they think, oh, can't afford this guy. She's too expensive for us. Work is too good. Doesn't happen a lot, but it happens. You have to keep that in mind. And maybe, just maybe, you realize that art directors are people too. And maybe that art director, she was knee-deep in a big project for a client who was really being a pain in the ass about the art, etc. And she kept showing him this photographer, that photographer, and the client's right in her face wanting this kind of look and that kind of look and this right here, this is what I want. And you come in and show her a book. That's not what he was talking about. Right now, he's dominating 90% of her brain. Right now. And you showed her stuff that she knows he wouldn't like. Boom. She makes an instant assumption. You think it doesn't happen? What, you think these people are robots? They're people. Happens all the time with people. I remember showing my book on a drop-off basis. Back in the day, I always had like 4 copies of my portfolio, 4 identical copies, because agencies would, you could call an agency and ask for drop-off time. If they couldn't see you in person, they would have a day you could drop off your portfolio. They'd gather all the art directors into a room. They'd pass them around, look at the portfolios, and then put them up at the front desk. You could pick them up. Generally about 3 days. Okay, great. Well, I had one where, and in my portfolio, I had this little sheet on the front that when they opened it up, there was this little sheet, and it said, "Please give me some feedback. Please don't just look at it and give it back to me. Say, hey Don, I think this is the greatest stuff in the world," or "Hey Don, this stuff sucks so bad, it can suck the chrome off a bumper." Okay, whatever. Give me some feedback. So I got the book back, and I opened it up, and it said that work wasn't there. Okay, great. 2 months later, they called me to have me bring my book in, and I took my book in, and it was the same goddamn book I took in 2 months before, and I got the gig. I don't know. I have no idea what changed. Maybe the drinking water got better. Maybe they just decided to go with clownish photographers with weird senses of humor. I don't know. I'm just glad they did because it was a good job. None of these things can chip away at your self-esteem or your confidence. You can't let them. You're going to get these negative things, and you're just going to get past them, and you're going to get a win. But the nature of us, the nature of humans, is that we focus 80% of our brain on the negativity and 20% on the positivity. It's the lizard brain. It's the ancient fears coming out of, what's in the bushes. Something in the bushes moving around. Is it a python ready to strike, or is it your buddy? Well, if you stick around to find out it's your buddy and it's a python, you're dead. If you run, it doesn't make any difference. Python or buddy, you're still alive. And not that you're going to die on these portfolio things, because you're not. It's a bad showing. Happens. Deal with it. Okay? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to do 3 things after you get this negative review, and I want you to do them immediately. I want you to double down right now on getting clients, talking to clients. So if you're doing the good old Don Giannatti, 3 contacts a day. You are doing that, right? Right? If you're doing the 3 contacts a day, you're now at 6 until someone says yes. You move it up to 6. You double your efforts to get in front of somebody else. You want to do that right away. Number 2, shoot something. Set up the studio, go out on location, shoot something. Don't listen to the voices in your head. They're going to say, remember that art director guy? He didn't like your work so well. What can you do different? Shoot your thing. Shoot it now. Get it back in your brain. We're going to reprocess that box to when you open it, it's got a new photographs in it, a new client opportunity, and something else. I want you to write a real short note to yourself, reviewing what you love about your work. Now, this is sometimes hard to do, and I find that maddening sometimes, because if you don't love your work, you got a lot of nerve expecting me or some creative director or that art buyer gal over there to do it. I mean, if you don't love your work, what are you doing? So if you love your work, tell me why. Tell yourself why. Write it down. 1 paragraph. Done. Just remember it. And you got to do it with a pen or a pencil on paper. Typing it, not going to cut it. On paper with a pen. Print it out if you have to. If you've forgotten cursive, I have no idea who uses cursive anymore. I've been printing since I was 10. So I just print everything. But do it with paper and pen. You're going to replace that negative box with some positivity as you move on down to the next showing. You will get negative portfolio showings. You will. I had lunch with a person that worked with a nice gal who worked with Avedon's reps. And she was laughing and she said, well, yeah, even Avedon sends his portfolio out and gets rejected now and then. More rejections than wins. So if Avedon can take a I didn't get the job thing. Now that I don't necessarily know if they beat up his work or not. I'm kind of doubting it, but it wasn't right for the job. So it can happen to Avedon, it can happen to you. Just suck it up and keep working. Do not let the negativity slow you down, and don't let that voice in your head just come back and slap you silly with this notion that you're not good enough, you're not ready. Okay? Don't let it happen. And listen, if y'all like what I'm doing here, because I do this for you, this is my way of giving back. I've done this. I've been a commercial photographer since I'm not even sure I can remember that far back. I do remember some sort of sauruses running right. They were big lizards. Anyway, done it for a long time. I'm giving back to you guys. It's you notice it's free content. I don't have all those stupid pre-roll ads and all that crap. I'm not going to do it. It's just for you. If you like it, hit that subscribe button, and you get a little notification when I post some of this other stuff. That's what I want you to do. That's it. The only thing is just hit the subscribe button and watch the videos when you get a chance. Appreciate it. I want everybody to have a great day, and I'll see you next time.